Hello friends, hope you are fine. Today the podcast is about Rahu in 11th house, and it's a good placement for Rahu, but not in general, especially when it's afflicting its house of placement. It's not considered a nice placement. Anyhow, as I mentioned that Rahu is a planet of general malefic nature, one can't expect anything positive out of it like other benefic planets. So, in case Rahu is afflicting its house of placement in the 11th house, one you know earns income through corrupt practices and through manipulative tendencies. There is trouble to marital life, trouble with friends, and trouble with elder siblings, and one wants to fulfill the wishes and desires through unfair means. So these are the main results with respect to Rahu when it's afflicting its house of placement in the 10th house, sorry, in the 11th house. And it will also with respect to higher education and with respect to creativity, it will also affect these aspects as well. However, if Saturn is utterly strong in the chart, the impact of Rahu will lessen in this case, or if the favorable aspect of Jupiter goes to Rahu, that will lessen the impact of Rahu in the chart. And most importantly, the strength of Mars is necessary in the chart, being the Lagna Lord. So these are the main points when Rahu is afflicting its house of placement in the 11th house. If Rahu is not afflicting, one has gains, what we call unearned gains through corrupt or manipulative tendencies, and this is a quite nice placement. One enjoys gains during the antardasha of Rahu in such a case, when Rahu does not afflict at all, and such a person has friend circle with selfish mottos, selfish friends. And most often when Rahu is placed in 11th house, one is having friends, but the friends are selfish. They act with you with the selfish motives only. Other than the selfish motives, they don't talk to you, and you have friend circle out of your religion. If you are from religion A, your friend circle will be from religion B. The people from religion B will tend to be your nice friends. So these are the main results when Rahu is placed in 11th house. So what to do if Rahu is afflicting and it's creating problem? So there is a remedy for that. So do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos like this. So there are remedies in terms of charities, consistent charities that need to be opted. Taurus ascendant chart. In case of Taurus ascendant, Rahu gives good results, as I said. One of the disturbed zodiacs, usually one of the disturbed ascendants. However, when Rahu is placed in the 11th house, it is a problem in case it gives affliction and it afflicts its house of placement in the chart. In case it afflicts its house of placement in the 11th house, one gets income through corrupt practices. There are troubles with life partner, troubles with elder siblings, troubles with friends, isn't it? And troubles with higher education as well. And one is unable to fulfill the desires properly, and there are problems with respect to gains and desires. So these are the main problems that are being faced when Rahu is afflicting its house of placement in the 11th house. However, when Rahu is not afflicting, it gives good results, in the chart. Before I proceed, do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos. And if Rahu is not afflicting, one gains unearned income through corrupt and manipulative tendencies, as usually such a person during the Antardasha of Rahu enjoys gains, given Rahu is utterly strong in the chart. So the strength of Rahu should be accompanied by the strength of Venus also. Then only Venus gets activated. So that is another point that can't be ignored. So these are the main points. Now what could be done? You can't remove Rahu from 11th house, but you can remove the malefic influence of Rahu, and that is possible with the constant remedies. Now Gemini ascendant Rahu in the 11th house is a nice placement for Gemini ascendant, and Gemini's Rahu gives good results as well. Now if Rahu is placed in the 11th house, its dispositor is Mars. Mars should be utterly strong in the chart. So in case it is afflicting its house of placement, there are problems with respect to income. One gets income through corrupt practices. There are troubles with the elder siblings, there are troubles with friends, there are troubles with respect to gains and desires, and one is unable to expand the friend circle, and one is having selfish oriented friends also, and friend circle from other communities also. So there are troubles with life partner, there are problems with respect to higher education, with respect to investment. However, if Mars is utterly strong, Venus is utterly strong, Jupiter is utterly strong in the chart, the impact fall will be quite low, and it will lessen the impact of Rahu in the chart. In case Jupiter gives close aspect to Rahu, that will lessen the impact of Rahu in chart. Now what to be done in this case? Before proceeding, do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos like this. And in this case, what is the remedy? You can't remove Rahu from 11th house, but you can remove the malefic influence of Rahu, and that is possible with the proper remedies for Rahu rather. So in case Rahu does not afflict its house of placement, one gets unearned income through corrupt or manipulative tendencies. So these are the main results of Rahu in 11th house with the ascendant as Gemini, isn't it? So Cancer ascendant need to, in case of Cancer ascendant, as I mentioned, that Rahu does not give good results, and it becomes a matter of concern when it starts giving afflictions in the chart. And in this case it gets exalted, being a planet of malefic nature. As I mentioned, that it's not a planet of general benefic nature. No, it's a planet of general malefic nature, so it does not give good results in general, but under exceptional cases it gives results. Now it's the results video about the results of Rahu in 11th house. Here it gets exalted in case it is afflicting its house of placement in the 11th house. One gets income through corrupt and unfair means. There are troubles with troubles with elder siblings, troubles with friends, troubles with respect to income and desires, isn't it? So there are troubles with life partner as well, troubles with respect to higher education, troubles with respect to creativity, with love life also. So these are the main results when Rahu afflicts his house of placement in the 11th house. Now, what to be done in order to remedize this? There are proper remedies. Before proceeding, to subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos like this. In case Rahu does not afflict its house of placement, one gains, isn't it? One gains during the Antardasha of Rahu. One enjoys unearned gains through manipulative tendencies usually, and one is having good gains, although given Venus is strong in the chart. So these are the main results. However, moon should, being the Lagna lord, should always be strong, as I repeat over and again. These are the main problems, main results of Rahu in 11th house in case of Cancer ascendant. Now Leo ascendant chart, as I mentioned, that for Leo ascendant natives, Rahu gives good results under certain conditions. As I mentioned, that Rahu is a planet of general malefic nature. One can't expect anything positive out of it like other benefic planets. In case Rahu is afflicting its house of placement in the 11th house, it becomes a matter of concern. Such Rahu involves the native having income from corrupt practices, from illegal sources. There are troubles with elder siblings, troubles with with respect to friends, troubles with life partner, troubles with higher education, troubles with respect to love marriage also. So what to be done under such conditions? Firstly, Saturn, Jupiter should be strong, and Saturn should be strong, or close aspect of Jupiter and Saturn goes to Rahu. That will lessen the impact of Rahu in that case. However, if it's not so, the impact of Rahu will be there. Now you can't remove Rahu from 11th house, but you can remove the malefic influence of Rahu. That is possible with the proper remedies in terms of charities and etc. So if Rahu does not afflict its house of placement, so what will be the results? Before proceeding, to subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos like this. So during the Antardasha of Rahu, in case Rahu does not afflict its house of placement, Rahu gives good results. One earns unearned income through manipulative tendencies. So these are the basic and important results of Rahu in 11th house in case of Leo ascendant chart. However, in every case, as I mentioned, that Lagna Lord should be utterly strong in order to make the need to face the challenge in life. Virgo ascendant chart. So far as Virgo ascendant chart is concerned, this chart is again an interesting chart, and here Rahu gives good results under certain conditions. And Rahu in 11th house becomes a problem when it afflicts his house of placement in the 11th house, and in that case, one gets income through corrupt and unfair means. There are troubles with elder siblings, troubles with friends, troubles with life partner, troubles with higher education as well, and one is unable to enjoying the desires and gains in life. There are troubles with respect to desires and gains as well. So Rahu, when it gives afflictions, it becomes a source of troubles, isn't it? This is an undeniable fact. But in a few lagnas, if in few ascendants, as I mentioned, that it gives good results under certain conditions only. However, if it is not afflicting its house of placement in the 11th house, it gives good results. And before proceeding, I request to subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos like this, because many podcasts are yet to come and yet to be uploaded rather. So under the when Rahu does not afflict its house of placement in the 11th house during its antardasha, one gets gains through unearned income, through manipulative tendencies, through corrupt practices rather. Usually it gives gains, but Venus should be utterly strong in the chart. So in order to get activated for Rahu, Venus should be strong in the chart. In case Jupiter gives close aspect to Rahu, that will control Rahu, or Saturn gives close aspect to Rahu, that will control the influence of Rahu in the chart. However, I said that if Rahu is creating problem in Virgo ascendant chart, I have repeated this over and again, that Rahu can be controlled in case of Virgo ascendant with the help of gemstone, and that is possible, and this is my practical, and this is explained in consultation when such a native is recommended a specific gemstone in a specific way to be worn, to be used. So this is all about Rahu in the 11th house. Libra ascendant chart. In case of Libra, Venus should be utterly strong, being the Lagna Lord. And as I mentioned, Rahu is a planet of general malefic nature. One can't expect anything positive out of it like other benefic planets. However, it becomes a source of problem, a source of trouble when it starts giving afflictions in the chart. In case it afflicts its house of placement in the 11th house, it involves the native in troubles with elder siblings, in troubles with friends. There are troubles with respect to gains and desires, and one gets income through unfair and corrupt practices. There are troubles with life partner, disturbed marital life, troubles with respect to love marriage also, troubles with respect to higher education also. However, if Sun is utterly strong, Venus is utterly strong, Saturn is utterly strong, Mars is utterly strong, under such conditions, the impact of Rahu will lessen in the chart, especially if close aspect of Jupiter goes to Rahu, or close aspect of Saturn goes to Rahu, that will lessen the impact of Rahu in the chart. So these are the main points when Rahu afflicts his house of placement in the chart. Now, if it does not afflict, what will happen? Before proceeding to, I request to subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos like this. So in case Rahu does not afflict its house of placement in the 11th house, it gives good results, and during its antardasha, one gets income through unearned means, but usually through manipulative and corrupt tendencies, isn't it? So these are the main results of Rahu in 11th house in case of Libra ascendant. Now Scorpio ascendant chart. In case of Scorpio ascendant, Rahu in 11th house, it is a good placement, but as I mentioned that in this lagna, Rahu does not give good results usually, and in case Rahu gives afflictions in the chart, that becomes a source of concern, source of troubles for the native. And when it afflicts its house of placement in the 11th house, one gets income through corrupt practices, through unfair means. There are troubles with friends, troubles with elder siblings, troubles with life partner, disturbed marital life, problems with respect to higher education, unsuccessful love marriage also, And however, if Mercury is utterly strong, if Mercury is utterly strong, Jupiter is utterly strong, and especially when close aspect of Jupiter goes to Rahu, that will lessen the impact of Rahu in the chart. So these are the main points of Rahu in 11th house, in case Rahu afflicts his house of placement in the 11th house. So what to be done? You can't remove Rahu from 11th house, but you can remove the malefic influence of Rahu, and that is possible with the consistent remedies for Rahu. In case Rahu does not afflict its house of placement, what will happen? It involves the person in it gives good results. Do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos like this. So one has unearned gains through corrupt practices or manipulative tendencies during the Antardasha of Rahu. So these are the main results of Rahu in 11th house in case of Scorpio ascendant native. Scorpio ascendant native or chart rather. Now Sagittarius ascendant, as I mentioned, that Sagittarius, in case of Sagittarius ascendant, Rahu does not give much good, appealing results. It does not give good results. If you use Hazonite gemstone for Rahu, it won't be better, because the nature of Sagittarius ascendant chart is quite different. Anyhow, if Rahu is placed in the 11th house, and it is, as I said, Rahu is a planet of general malefic nature for all the ascendants. It can't be beneficial like other benefic planets. So it becomes a matter of concern when it starts giving afflictions in the chart. In case it afflicts its house of placement in the 11th house, one has income from unfair and corrupt practices. There are troubles with troubles with friends, troubles with elder siblings, troubles with life partner, disturbed marital life, problems in the with respect to love marriage also, and troubles with respect to higher education also, and one is unable to fulfill the desires in life. So these are the main issues, main problems when Rahu is afflicting its house of placement in the 11th house. In case Rahu does not afflict, it gives good results. Before proceeding, do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos. And if Rahu is strong and it's disposed, that is Venus is also strong, Mars is also strong, Jupiter is also strong, and in such cases the impact of Rahu will lessen in the chart. And if it is not afflicting, one will have unearned gains through corrupt and manipulative practices and tendencies. So these are the main results of Rahu in 11th house in case of Sagittarius ascendant chart. Now Capricorn ascendant, for Capricorn ascendant it gives good results as well, but this placement is a problem for Capricorn ascendant natives, because Rahu here gets debilitated. So it's not expected that you will get good results when Rahu is not afflicting its house of placement and Rahu is strong by degrees, but here is debilitated. So debilitated Rahu creates problems, but there is a remedy to deal with that. However, if Rahu is afflicting, it is a double problem in this case. If Rahu is afflicting its house of placement in the Capricorn ascendant chart in 11th house, so it will involve the native with troubles. There will be troubles with elder siblings, troubles with friends. One will have little gains, and that such gains will be out of corrupt practices and tendencies. And one will have troubles with respect to fulfilling desires and wishes, isn't it? There will be troubles with life partner if moon is utterly weak. There are troubles with marital life as well, and there are troubles with love marriage also. However, if Venus, moon, Jupiter are utterly strong in the chart, the problems felt will be low. However, if Rahu is not afflicting its house of placement in the chart during its Antardasha, it will create problem because it is debilitated. Now there is a specific way to deal with that. That is explained in the consultation. So what to do with that Rahu? If you are under the Antardasha of Rahu, you will have losses. You won't gain anything. There will be losses. You have to face losses during the Antardasha of Rahu. In case you are Capricorn ascendant native. So here is a problem. So there is a way, in case it's not afflicting, so there is a proper way to deal with such Rahu if you are in the Mahadasha or especially in the Antardasha of Rahu. So that becomes a cause of concern for the native. So remedies are there to be followed. Do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos like this. 11th house Aquarius. In case of Aquarius ascendant chart, Rahu in the 11th house gives good results also. And if Rahu is strong and Rahu is afflicting its house of placement, it becomes a matter of concern, because as I mentioned that Rahu is a planet of general malefic nature. One can't expect anything benefic out of it like other planets. So if it's afflicting its house of placement in the 11th house, there are troubles with elder siblings, troubles with friends, and troubles with respect to gains and desires. One gets income through corrupt practices, through manipulative tendencies. In case Rahu is not afflicting, it gives good results. It a person gains unearned income through corrupt and manipulative tendencies. So one has gains given Venus is also strong in the chart. However, if close aspect of Jupiter goes to Rahu, or Saturn close aspect goes to Rahu, that will lessen the impact of Rahu in the chart. So these are the main results that need to be considered when dealing with Rahu in 11th house. Now, if Rahu is afflicting, what to be done? Do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos like this. So there are charities, remedies in terms of charity that need to be there in order to in order to avoid the malefic influence of Rahu in chart. However, if Saturn, Jupiter is utterly strong in the chart, Sun is utterly strong in the chart, Saturn is utterly strong in the chart, or close aspect of Saturn or Jupiter goes to Rahu, that will lessen the impact of Rahu in the chart. However, for Rahu to give better results during its Antardasha, the strength of Venus should be there, and Venus should be utterly strong in the chart. So Venus also plays the role of Rahu in most lagnas, especially in this lagna as well. And there are many theories and many results have been written in classical texts. Most of them are not true. They are just myths, nothing else. But what is practical is something else, and what I mention in these podcasts is all practical astrology. There is nothing imagination, nothing imaginative, nothing fairy tales astrology as you watch on other channels. So do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon in order to enjoy this content. Now, Pisces ascendant, Rahu in Pisces ascendant does not give good results. As I mentioned, that Rahu is a problem for Pisceans. It involves Pisceans in multiple problems. Now, Rahu can be controlled with the help of gemstone, completely controlled with the help of gemstone. In case of Pisces ascendant natives, there is a proper way to control Rahu with the help of gemstone, isn't it? Now, Rahu becomes a matter of concern, more matter of concern for this lagna, if it afflicts its house of placement in the chart. In case it is giving afflictions, it will involve the person in corrupt practices. He will have gains and desires through corrupt means. There will be troubles with friends, troubles with elder siblings, troubles with marital life, troubles with life partner, troubles in higher education, troubles in love marriage also. However, if Moon, Mercury, Jupiter are utterly strong in the chart, the impact of Rahu will lessen, and these results will be there to some extent. So Venus and Jupiter should be strong in order to safeguard the marital issue. However, if Rahu does not afflict its house of placement in the 11th house, one will have gains through unearned income via manipulative tendencies. So in case Rahu afflicts its house of placement in the 10th 11th house, what could be done? You can't remove Rahu from 11th house, but you can remove the malefic influence of Rahu, isn't it? Do subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon in order to get notified for the upcoming videos. Such a malefic influence can be avoided using charities, but as I said that Rahu in case of Pisces ascendant can be controlled with the help of gemstone. There is no need to resort to charities. So these are the main points that have to be mentioned regarding Rahu in 11th house. Bye bye. Thank you.